Hello, welcome back to my channel, Mel's Stampin' Gallery. I'm Mel, your close to my heart maker. And for today's layout, I'm doing a beach themed layout because we just literally, as my granddaughter says, got home from a beach vacation to Hilton Head. And while the memories are fresh in my head, I want to scrap some of those photos. But instead of the Cape Cod collection that I know everybody is using right now, I'm digging into my stash and I'm using the Beach Party paper from the Beach Party collection. And the Beach Party paper, I think is still available as a card making workshop. I'm not sure. I will check that for sure. But I know the Stampin' Thin Cuts is still available, and I do want to use some of this for maybe titles or embellishments. And I think I probably will bring in the Cape Cod scrapbooking set, and I want to use the 3 sayings to make a long vertical title. And then let me show you the papers from that Beach Party collection. So I thought they went really well with the photos that I have here of our recent vacation. We're in the pool, it was movie night, lunch, sandcastles, and hair braiding. So that was all from just one day. I know they seem like separate kind of pictures, but they were all from one day, so I did want to document them on one page. To help me kind of plan out a page, I'm turning to one of our Make It From Your Heart books, and this actually is volume 5, which I'm sorry is no longer available, but there are plenty of other Make It From Your Heart books available that will help with your sketches and your layouts. And I wanted to use this pattern 13 with the 6 photos. I like the 3x4 photos that go across the page to kind of tell the story. And I like the little embellishments over here and the little circle embellishments down here and a long title on the side, just kind of trying to keep it kind of simple. Now let's bring in our Versamat. I've got one Versamat, but I am going to do a double page spread. So let me put one page at a time here and kind of lay it out. What I was thinking was kind of a progression of the day. And since this was movie night, that would be the last one over on the right-hand page. And we started with the hair braiding, went there, and then there was some pool time, then there was lunch, and little granddaughter's having fun with granddad there, and lunch, so that's going to go across on that page. And then again, following the progression, then we went to the beach and built sand castles. So I think I'm going to lay them out across the page like that. Now the sketch has the pattern paper down here and then some under the photos here. So what I thought for that was I'd start with this paper for the side. So if I slide that under there like that, and I like this paper underneath the photos. And of course this is going to get cut down, but I just want to kind of get a feel for what papers I want to use. And then because that's so busy, I needed something underneath it, so I thought I'd bring in some of this yellow from that workshop, Beach Party workshop, so that the photos would kind of go on there. Now I've got this kind of laid out pretty much according to the sketch. So let's see, I've got these papers. This one measures, I think it was 3 by 12. This one measured 4.5 by 9. And then this, I just took a larger piece because I didn't want to put all that in the middle. And that is 1.5 inches. And then I can just scoot that underneath there like that. And then of course I've done the same thing on the other side. Let me bring that in. But this piece here, instead of being as big as that piece, it's a little smaller, and that was 2 inches wide. And then the strip here that's just a 1/2 inch wide, and I'm just putting that there to give kind of a definition. I think that helps to give a definition between the photos. All right, so that's going to get kind of laid out like that. Now before I adhere all that down, I wanted to maybe do some stamping up here in the corner. And I think I want to sponge the edges of some of these papers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and then I'll be right back. I've got most of my edges inked for my left-hand side of the paper. So thought I'd show you how I'm going to use my Versamat here to help me center this photo piece. So it's 4.5 inches. So I know I want it to be 2.25 inches up from the 6, so that would put it at 8.25, and down here at 4. Well, actually it's 3.75. So I can do that there on that side, and if I let it just kind of drop, I can see on the other side I am in the right place. Okay, now I wanted to do some stamping here before I finished putting down all my pattern pieces. So what I wanted to do was take this, it kind of looks like sand piece from the card making workshop kit, and I want to kind of stamp it over here in this corner. And I think I'm going to use the mink ink. All right, put that there, but let's put the foam underneath it so we have a good stamping base. All right, and oh, I want to cover this up because I forgot to stamp before I adhered this down. So I want to put a post-it note there, and let's just do some random stamping. Press down and then lift up, and let's make another little one right about here. Oh, I don't know where to go. How about right here? Okay. And let's make it come off the paper a little bit. Like so. All right. And I think I want it to kind of come out from here a little bit. Maybe. Nope, I think I'm going to leave that alone. And let's see, when I bring this piece back in here, I think I do want it to come out that way a little bit more. So let's cover that up again. But this time, let's turn it this way. Or maybe let's just do it. Let's just do it. We can always cover it up with embellishments if we don't like it. Let's do this one right here. Okay. So now when we bring that over here, let's take the post-it note off. There you go. That's better. I like that. Now I'm going to work on this right-hand side. I've got this left-hand side all adhered down. Before I adhere this down, though, I do want to go ahead and ink up my edges. So I've got, let me just show you how I do that real quick. Oops, let's look at the front. I've got my mink ink pad, and I've got my blending brush, and I'm just going, it's a foam applicator on the wooden handle, and I'm just inking it up and just taking the sponge on those edges, and I think inking it up really helps to define the edges of all your pattern papers. And it makes pattern paper stick out, but it also, believe it or not, it does draw your eye, I think, to the photos, which of course is your main focus. So, like I said, I'm using the mink. I think that just was kind of a subtle color for this inking of the edges. It wasn't real in your face like the toffee maybe would be too dark. But then when you put that down against the other pattern papers, you can really see how that defines the edges. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do these other pieces, and then I'll be right back. Now I've got those edges all inked up, but before I adhere it all down, I've got it in place where I want it, but I did some sponging over here in the corner on this side, so I want to bring that down to the right hand side. because I am going to make a little embellishment cluster right here. So I want to take the Cape Cod Card Making Workshop Stampin' Thin Cuts. Again, I'm using that distressed piece from that, so I'll gently peel that off. I'll put that on my block. Okay, make sure that's on there, and I've got my Versamat turned over to the spongy side, and I'll use my ink, Mink ink again, and I'm just going to, let's move this stuff out of the way. Let's just move this out of the way a little bit. Okay, move that up there. Okay, so now I know it's going to be right about here. So let's ink that up, and I'm just going to go for it. Press and lift up. Oh, that's good. And I'm going to do it again, and I think it's going to be about like that. Press, lift up. That works. And let's do another little one, kind of over here. See how that works. I'm kind of envisioning like a semicircle. It's kind of hard to do with a square stamp set, but let's go like that. How does that? All right, so far that looks okay. Let me move this out of the way. Let me put my paper back where it's going to probably go and see if that'll work out. Yeah, that'll work out. I might want it to come down a little bit further, maybe. So let's see. I always do that. I think I have it in exactly the right spot, and then I bring my paper back and I realize I actually wanted it maybe a little lower. So I'm just gonna go, how about like that? And let's do a second generation right here. There you go. That's hard to see, but it still works. All right, let's bring this back, and put that on there. Yeah, that'll look good, because right here I've got from the Beach Party stamp set, I've stamped in the Candy Apple Red the word beach time on the towel, because we're at the beach. In this picture, I have this sticker left over from the Beach Party Workshop, and there's a little seashell that I made. So those are going to go right there. Okay. I have attached a small thin, this is 1/2 inch wide, I believe, by 12 inches of the coordinating green. And I can't remember the name of the green. Was it green apple? Might be. So anyway, I've put that down, and this piece is going to go here, but before I put that down, I want to continue doing this little stamping here. And that stamp is this tiny little block image from the Beach Party Stampin' Thin Cuts. And I think, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, but I think it's supposed to be, reminds me of pool tiles, like, around the edge of a pool. I think that's what that's supposed to be. So I'm just using the Hello Honey color, and I'm just stamping along the edge of this green over here until I get all the way to the end. And the acrylic blocks, of course, make it really easy to line up your image to see where you're going to stamp next. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish that off camera, and then I'll come back. Now when I look at the sketch, let's bring that back in, we see that they have circles here. And the two samples show it one way with circles on the bottom and one with circles on the top. And I do like it with the circles on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. I went ahead and finished cutting the rest of the circles. They're 2 1/4 inch square, just from a circle die that I had in my stash. These are coordinating papers from that Beach Party collection, but this one and this one are just some pattern papers, I guess you could say, that I made with mixed media. And I did use this paper in a previous layout that I did with the Cape Cod workshop. and making beach waves, and you can see that. I will link that one down below, along with a couple other layouts that I did using this beach party workshop. I'll have those, like I said, linked down below in the description box. But I've gone ahead and laid the circles out like that. Now the next thing is, on top of the circles, they had just some simple embellishments. So I went ahead and, using that beach party stamp and thin cut set, I had all these cute little icons that I just stamped and cut out. So I'm going to just lay those out the way I want them here. And this little cloud was actually from the beach party scrapbooking workshop. Then we've got keeping cool by the pool. And because this picture and this was all happening by the pool, we wanted that saying over there. And let's see, where did I put my others? Oh, and I have this acrylic, white acrylic shape that's actually going to be in the new catalog being released on September 1st. Okay, so that one's going there. And then I found this little sandcastle. There was a sandcastle sticker on the sticker sheet that goes with the beach party collection, but I already used it. So I had to go and look in my Cricut for that. So I've got that. And this little flamingo was part of the beach party digital collection. So I had that left over. And the little sunglasses from the Stampin' Thin Cuts, they have the little sunglasses, and to make them look like a sunglass, I actually colored in the center with a black marker. And we've just got this shell embellishment, so those are going to go across the top like that. And like I said, we've got this little cluster here, and over here this little van from the sticker sheet, and the, what do you call that, a surfboard over there. And then I have the beach towel that I stamped in the candy red, again from that Stampin' Thin Cut set. And I used the candy apple, of course, it coordinates here, but there is a little bit of the red in the picture here on the beach. And my son-in-law is a big Ohio State fan. If you're from Ohio, you know. You know what that means. Anyway, and they're red, Ohio State Buckeyes. And then the sticker sheet, I took the sticky off the palm tree, and I'm going to pop that up with a adhesive foam strips, and I'm using my micro tip non-stick scissors to cut the foam strips. And did I tell you guys how I love these? Because guess what? They don't stick to the adhesive, which is the point, right? So I love that. So I'm going to finish adhering that down. Let's see. So we've got that page done and all adhered. We've got this page, left-hand page, adhered. So the only thing left to do here is I want to put my title, and this comes from the sticker sheet, from the beach party sticker sheet as well. And I wanted to use that up. I messed up right there, so I need to cover that up. Plus this title works really well here. And if I looked at the sketch again, they did have a title, a long title here. As you can see here, they've got the long title on the side, and then the sketch put some journaling here in the middle. Well, because I had this one long picture, it kind of took up the room for the journaling, and I wanted to use this for the title, so I thought, well, instead of the journaling over there, why don't I use this side for my journaling? So that's what I'm going to do. I went ahead and I typed out my journaling, printed it out, and then just cut the strips apart, and I've got it kind of laid out about approximately where it's going to go. There you have it. I have the journaling all adhered down, in the title and a date. And before I go ahead and show you both the pages together, I just wanted to take a minute and say thank you very much for joining me on my journey through my scrapbooking adventures. I really do appreciate you being here. If you see any products that you like, be sure to check that description box down below, because anything that I use that is currently still available, I will have listed, if it's not available and I can find something similar, I will list that as well. So be sure to check down below for that. And be sure also, while you're down looking at the description box, to follow me on social media. My Facebook and Instagram pages are linked there. And of course, don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends. So here you go. Let's take a look at both pages together. You know, it's hard because my camera doesn't catch all of it, but there's the both pages. And I will have still shots of these at the end of this video, as well as on my Instagram and Facebook pages. So there you have it. Thanks so much, friends, for joining me. Go out and have a crafty